and let us all do we can to build a better future.
Okay, look, I know a lot of people are triggered by Donald Trump. I understand it. I get it. Trump says a lot of mean things that triggers people's feelings. But, you know, one thing I notice is that if you're going to let somebody's words get the better of you, that means mentally, physically, you're not a strong person, okay? And yes, words do have an impact. But the way Trump is living rent-free in a lot of people's minds right now really says a lot about their mental character. All right? I'm not afraid of a second Trump presidency, okay? What's the difference? And look, here's to be clear. You know, ideally, in my opinion, being idealistic here, you want to see your lawmakers succeed. You want to see our politicians make our lives better. You want to see the president or the prime minister or the chief be a strong leader and protect us and ensure that we have our freedoms to live our lives as best as we can in this world that is very understandably out of our control and very, very crazy. However, we don't live in that world, and we have people who choose teams, Team Red and Team Blue. Oh, Donald Trump is a danger to democracy. Oh, no, if the Trump supporters are back. Well, it comes as no surprise to me, seeing that Donald Trump is back. I knew he was going to run again. I know that's not an endorsement of Trump. Vote blue no matter who, people. But what I am sick and tired of seeing is the media and the political establishment system having each of us at each other's throats. Okay? I'm going to make this clear. I don't care how you vote. Vote however you feel like. But you, the average citizen, are not my enemy. I don't have a problem. I only have a problem with people who do evil, okay? Real evil shite. But when I see the media go onto television or write articles in which, oh my God, New York Times reporter Mary Gay compares President Trump and his supporters to Confederates after the Civil War. Why are you standing with Confederates who betrayed this country? This is what they're standing with, the spirit of those Confederates. How fucking dare you? Who are you to compare people to a group and an organization that doesn't exist anymore? Okay? Voters, all of you watching, have the freedom to vote for whoever the hell you want. I don't view a Trump supporter as a goddamn Confederate, because a Confederate and a Trump supporter are two different things altogether. And as I have covered on this show, as have other independent media networks have covered on their shows, and even I have seen on corporate media, that, oh my goodness, surprise, surprise, I've seen a lot of Trump supporters come in different shades. Oh my God, I've seen some women Trump supporters. Now, I say this as someone who is a homeless leftist, okay? I have nobody on the left that I've really considered to support. I don't view the Democratic Party as representing my values. But I got to say this, in the way the media is having us being viewed as the other is devastating. And I hope my fellow Americans, even if you don't like this show, your neighbor, your family member, your freaking friends, that random person in the street is not your enemy. And when corporate media says, oh, why are you standing with the Confederates who betrayed? The Confederacy is dead. It's gone. It's never coming back. That's it. It's done. And voters should be compared as Confederates or a bag of deplorables. You know, I remember as third-party candidates, when I said I voted for third party, people were calling me a Nazi or a Trump supporter. I voted for Jill Stein in 2016, yet I was called a sexist. How does that work? Explain to me, how does that work, corporate media? But wait a minute. I think it's only fair we hear Morning Blow talk about it. I think it's only fair we hear it from them. After all, these are the authoritative sources telling you to view Trump supporters as Confederates, the other. "2024 will not be the most important election year in our lifetime. It'll be the most interesting and hopefully the most funny. I hope it won't be depressing either. Because my fellow Americans, Elections come and go. But we're all in this boat together. And if we don't stand together, these jag-off politicians and corporate bastards are going to sink us.
To the Republican candidate's argument that this should be, the voters should have the say and not the courts.
Why are you standing with Confederates who betrayed this country? And this is what they're standing with, is the spirit of those Confederates rather than the Americans who came together after a long and brutal civil war that was fought to keep the Union together, and clearly saw a threat in ex-Confederates running for office, so much so that they amended the Constitution to prevent those traitors from running for office. That should send a message.
Are you calling U.S. citizens traitors for how they vote? Are you calling someone who, let's say, lives in a northern state who's a Trump supporter a traitor? Are you what's going to stop? What does a traitor look like? What does a traitor to the country look like? Corporate media. Careful with your words here, because you're the one saying this now. You're calling Trump supporters on a major news network Confederates. Hey, if you're a black Trump supporter, congratulations, you broke that glass ceiling. Hey, ladies, if you're going to vote for Trump, congratulations, you broke that glass ceiling. You keep on reaching for that sunshine, ladies. Latino voters, yeah. Hey, you did it. You did it. You did it. You're now Confederates too. Isn't that great? Hey, if you vote third party, hey, third party voters, we all know this feeling. Crap, we've been called all sorts of names. But a major media outlet is now indicating and is making a statement live on air that if you're voting for Trump, you're on par with being a Confederate. Let's listen to that one more time. I'm sorry. I know I said I was going to play in its full entirety, but this is completely asinine.
War that was fought to keep the Union together, and clearly saw a threat in ex-Confederates running for office, so much so that they amended the Constitution to prevent those traitors from running for office. That should send a message that our election system, our electoral system, can be used for nefarious purposes against the democracy itself. It's clear. It's clear as day.
Clear as day? How? Proof? Evidence? How? How? Explain to me how. How is this possible? You know, all sorts of names get thrown around, you know. People get called communists or socialists. Now I guess people are being called Confederates or secret Nazis or women haters, all that kind of stuff. And it's corporate media that keeps on doing it. And, you know, corporate media and the two-party system have done a phenomenal job on keeping us separate and having us at each other's throats. Isn't that great? And for a long time, we've let them. So, look, libertarian voters, Green Party voters, independent voters, Trump supporters, yes, even the other Republican candidate voters, and even including you, Democrat voters. Don't be stupid enough and let the corporate media take advantage of you. Don't let them tell you that your neighbor, your friend, the people you know are your enemy or that they're traitors. This is how they have kept us divided. It's right here, plain as day. And if you're not angry, I don't know what to tell you. But live on air, a media outlet is saying, oh, how could you support Trump? It's the Confederacy. The Confederacy and the Trump campaign are two different animals altogether. You know, if liberals, if you're so triggered by Trump, if you're so afraid by Trump, then run a strong campaign. Don't go around calling fellow Americans, you know, Confederates or traitors, because guess what? The whole idea of an election, especially a general election, is for said candidate of opposing parties, let's say Greens, Libertarians, Democrat, Republican, and independents, those groups, there's RFK, Dr. Cornel West, let's say Trump, let's say Biden, okay? Jill Stein and whoever the libertarian nominee is going to be. Those six candidates, it is their job. It is their job to convince the majority of the American people, the goddamn American people, that they are the better of all the other candidates. And the whole job of the presidency is to unite the country, not divide the country. And corporate media, your job is to shine a light on the corruption in Washington, D.C. But oh, wait, the same people who own D.C. also control corporate media. No wonder we're so divided. I despise the words that we heard, and I stand against it. We're better than this. We have to be better than this. Words have meaning. Here comes 2024. No matter what's going to happen, I'm still going to cook a nice ribeye steak. That's my big win. I don't know what y'all are going to do, but just try and take care of each other. That's all that matters. It's the only thing that's going to matter.